Hello students, welcome you all to a new video of Sunanda's tutorial. So in this video we will discuss the structure of atoms, molecules and different types of chemical bonds. So it is your first chapter of CSIR NET Life Science syllabus. So from today onwards we will discuss those chapters one by one. So at first, what is atom? Atom is the very smallest unit of any element that retains the chemical properties. That smallest atom contains all the chemical properties of that element. Like cell is the basic unit of our body, of living body. Then atom consists of two main regions, dense central nucleus and outer electron cloud. Those atoms have many subatomic particles. Three subatomic particles are there in atom: protons, which are positively charged particles located inside the nucleus; neutrons, which are neutrally charged particles located inside the nucleus. Those neutrons are neutral in nature, they do not have any positivity or negativity. Electrons, which are negatively charged, orbiting or revolving around the nucleus. Okay, so these are three subatomic particles of atom. Then atomic terms. What is atomic number? It is the total number of protons or positively charged ions present in atom. Next is mass number. A, the total number of protons plus neutrons in the nucleus of an atom. So atomic number is the total number of positively charged ions in the atom, and it defines the identity of an element. Mass number is the total number of proton plus neutron. Neutrons are neutral in nature. So the addition of proton and neutron gives us the mass number of that atom. Then isotope, atoms of same element with same number of protons but different number of neutrons. These are isotopes. What is valence electron? Valence electrons, those electrons which located or revolves around the nucleus of an atom. They detect chemical reactivity. So these electrons revolves around the nucleus of an atom are called as valence electrons. Then molecule, these are neutral groups where two or more atoms held together tightly or loosely by chemical bonds to form molecules. Then classification, it can be homoatomic molecule or heteroatomic molecules. Homoatomic molecules, those were manufactured or made of only one type of elements, like O3, ozone, consists of 3 oxygen atoms. Then heteroatomic molecules made up of two different types of elements, like H2O. Here hydrogen is there and oxygen is there, so it is called as heteroatomic molecules. Then octet rule, atoms interact to modify their electron configuration to mimic the stability of a noble gas. This usually means achieving 8 valence electrons in their outermost cell. Okay. So what is noble gas? These gases make up group 18 of periodic table: helium, neon, argon, etc. These elements are colorless, odorless and tasteless with very low chemical reactivity. So they react less because they have full outer electron cells. So those atoms have complete set of electrons in their outer cells. Okay, they usually achieved 8 valence electrons in their outermost cells. Okay, So what is octet rule now? So in layman language, I am trying to explain you octet rule. Octet rule, it is a chemical rule obviously, where the atom tends to gain or lose or share electrons to reach a full outer valence shell of 8 electrons. This stable electron arrangement mimics the configuration of a noble gas which have low chemical reactivity. So here an atom tends or wants to gain or lose or share electrons to achieve a full outer valence shell of 8 electrons like noble gases. Okay, this is the octet rule of an atom. Next. So now we will discuss different types of chemical bonds. Some strong interactions or bonds are there like ionic bond, metallic bond, covalent bond. We will also discuss some weak bonds like hydrogen bond, then van der Waals forces or interactions. So we will discuss those bonds one by one. At first, ionic bond. It is a bond between two atoms where the complete transfer of electrons takes place from one to another, and this transfer creates oppositely charged ions. One will become positive cation, one will become negative anion, which pulls towards each other like magnet due to opposite electrical charges. So how ionic bond works? A metal atom gives off or donates or gives off one or more valence electron and becomes positive. So here the metal ion donates the electron and becomes positive. And electron gain, non-metal atoms receive those electrons and becomes negative. Then attraction, now positive and negative ions lock together via electrostatic force. Because they are oppositely charged, they attract each other. And classic example, NaCl, sodium chloride. Here sodium gives an electron to chlorine to form stable ions. Okay, next. So this is the diagrammatic representation of ionic bond between one metal and non-metal atom. Okay, next, ionic bonding between sodium and chloride. Then covalent bond. A covalent bond is chemical link where two atoms share pairs of electrons. This sharing helps each atom to get full stable outer electron shell. So here in case of covalent bond, here two atoms, both can be non-metal, they link with each other to share pairs of electrons. They share, they do not donate or receive, they share. This sharing helps each atom to get a full stable outer electron shell. And this bond usually formed between non-metal atoms that have similar tendencies to attract electrons. So they share. Okay. Then metallic bond. This metallic bond is a type of chemical bond formed by electrostatic attractions between positively charged metal cations and shared mobile sea of delocalized electrons. Many electrons are there. This unique arrangement occurs between metal atoms easily lose their outer valence electrons, which then wander freely through entire crystal lattice rather than remaining bound to a single nucleus. So this is the case of metallic bonding. It occurs when a group of metals shares cloud of valence electrons. Okay. So this is the summary of those strong bonds: ionic bonds, covalent bond, metallic bond. Next, subtype, it can be polar covalent or non-polar covalent. So subtypes of covalent bonds are there. Polar covalent, here electrons are shared unequally because one atom has higher electronegativity. It is the case of H2O or water molecule. Then non-polar covalent, electrons are shared equally between atoms of similar electronegativity in case of oxygen molecule and CH4 methane. Now we will discuss about the weak chemical bonds like hydrogen bond and van der Waals bond or van der Waals interaction. At first, hydrogen bonds, a relatively strong intermolecular attractions that occur when a hydrogen atom bonded to highly electronegative atoms like nitrogen, oxygen or fluorine experiences electrostatic pull towards a lone electron pair on neighboring molecule. Okay, so this is called as hydrogen bond. And what is electronegative? So electronegativity, it is an ability of an atom to pull shared electrons towards itself in a chemical bond. Okay, so it is the bond between an atom with the highly electronegativity negative atom like nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. This gives water unique high boiling point. So this type of bond gives water molecule its uniquely high boiling point. Okay. Next, van der Waals interaction. It is the interaction which is weak distance dependent electrostatic forces between neutral atoms or molecule. They arise from temporary or permanent change in electron density, causing the molecule to attract each other when close without sharing any electrons. So this type of interaction is very weak. Now molecular geometry or shapes of molecule. So the 3D shape of molecule is determined by valence shell electron pair repulsion or VSE pair theory, which states that electron pair around the central atom naturally repel each other and stays as far apart as possible. And the common shapes of molecule or 3D shapes of molecule at first linear. Here two bonding pairs are present, 0 lone pair, and bond angle is 180 degree. Trigonal planar, 3 bonding pairs are present, 0 lone pair, bond angle is 120 degree. Tetrahedral, 4 bonding pairs, 0 lone pair, bond angle is 109.5 degree. Bent, 2 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs, repulsion from lone pair squeezes the bond angle down to 104.5 degree as in case of water molecule. So these are some shapes of molecule which are formed between atoms by chemical bonds. Okay. So with this I am concluding my lecture video here. So in this video I have discussed the chapter 1 of your CSIR NET Life Science syllabus. So in this video I have tried to touch each and every important points. In my next video I will discuss the chapter 2, so please stay tuned, and if you liked it please hit the like button, share with your other friends, and please subscribe to my channel Sunanda's tutorial. Thank you.